Welcome to TVBS. We have quite a lot to discuss, but first, Dwight, are you feeling hungover?
No, not hungover. Just fucking tired as all hell. Got off work. Yeah, I got off work at, I don't know, 11:30-ish. Drank and hung out at work afterwards till like, I don't know, 1:30, I believe. Got home at like 2. Had to watch John Oliver. Had to shower. Had to eat. Had to watch Game of Thrones. So I didn't really get to bed until like 5.
Oh, man.
And then it already takes me like 2 hours to fall asleep. So yeah. I think I probably finally got to sleep around 7-ish. And then I knew I'd be fucked in the morning. So I figured, okay, what's the difference between, 3.5 hours and 3 hours? So I woke up at 10 instead of 10:30 so I could get my ass over to McDonald's and get myself some caffeine and shitty carbs to power through this episode. So here I am, full of McDonald's and half awake. Let's do this shit.
Well, I still appreciate you making the effort to come on. Andrew, what are you up to?
Oh, I just woke up. And I'm in the process of moving my vehicle so I don't get a ticket. Because Portland parking is expensive.
So you're driving right now?
Don't worry, I'm hands-free.
Okay, sweet. Where are you still living with Matt?
Yeah. Though Matt doesn't really live there.
Oh, okay. So it's your own place?
He more like lives at John's. He rents at this place, and I'm staying at his place. But luckily his roommate loves Boyd, so.
Well, that works out. What's that baiting? Who is that?
That was me. I'm making myself a beverage.
Oh, okay.
I buy my ice by the bag, so it likes to form into large blocks at the bottom of my freezer, and I need to smack it with the end of my knife in order to get it to fit into my glass, so I can have my iced tea the way it's supposed to be made.
Hey, Dwight, you're taking summer classes?
Fuck no. I registered for them, but I realized that, I'm not fucking doing that shit.
Are you going back to school next month then?
Uh-huh.
Excited?
No.
Yeah, I'm dreading it pretty hardcore.
Going part-time because I couldn't fucking get the right classes in time, so I'm going to have to take the classes I was able to register for and then I have 3 classes left in order to get my degree, and I'm going to have to take one of them in the fall and then 2 of them in the spring.
Okay.
When there are specific classes and you need to get specific classes in a specific time slot that fits with your daily schedule, it's fucking impossible.
Yeah, I know how that is.
So, but when you got a full-time job, it's probably easier that I'm going to go part-time anyway.
Yeah. So. Andrew, are you searching for a part-time job?
I'm looking for a part-time job right now. I'm just doing Lyft and Uber. But I need something that's more of just a reliable income, and then Lyft and Uber would take care of my car and fun.
You got any leads yet?
No, I just started applying to places.
Okay. All right, well, let's get on with discussing this episode, because I think we have quite a bit to discuss about it.
Yeah.
So, spoilers, of course. Okay, before we talk about anything north of the wall, because there's a lot going on there, let's go ahead and knock some of that other stuff out of the way. So we got the Arya Sansa dispute at Winterfell.
Yeah. That went better
Arya,
than I thought it would.
Weren't you the one that was saying that they were just gonna not have a problem?
No, I said that they were going to have it out and come away with a better understanding of each other's struggles. And they almost did. But Sansa bitched out. I thought she was going to tell Arya everything. I thought she was going to tell Arya all about getting raped at Winterfell and all the bullshit she had to deal with Joffrey and all the shitty marriages.
They're both assuming they had it worse than the other.
I know, and so I thought that they would have a good yell at each other. They would both hear what the other had to deal with, and they would come away with a better understanding. But they both kind of hinted at the shit that they had to deal with, and fucking nothing came of it.
I thought Arya had a good point that, like she says she would have died before she would have denounced their family or anything.
Well,
Arya's kind of stupid at times.
Yeah, and also Arya didn't have a fucking knife to her throat, figuratively, at the time like Sansa did. So it's real easy to say that when you're not in that situation. So.
Also, Sansa was also trying to protect Ned and Robb and trying to make sure a war didn't start too.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
There's also that.
I really don't think anyone really looks too hard on Sansa for that, except for Arya. Everyone else who knows the story is like, yeah, we know why she did it, and we know that she fucking had to do it. So
yeah,
Arya, chill the fuck out and forgive her.
But I think Littlefinger's plan is coming together pretty well. I still don't quite know what it is.
I think he wants to make Arya more dependent on him and build strife in the house, and he wants to undermine Jon. Because as Brienne of Tarth said, who knows what he's whispering to the other lords of the north.
Yeah, absolutely. And Arya just put the fear of death into Sansa now, so I don't think that they're going to come together at all.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of awkward when you realize your sister's a serial killer.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I wanted them to play the game, though.
Arya didn't explain the rules that well.
I suppose that's true. I'm trying to go over my notes here, and for what happened to Winterfell, I just wrote "fuck." I don't know what I meant by that.
I'm personally quite happy that Brienne of Tarth was sent south.
Why?
Because that's, a little personal journey for her, and that will probably keep her safe and off screen.
I need Podrick to die.
You voted for Podrick? I thought you voted for Davos.
No, I voted for Podrick.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I voted for Davos. So, doesn't really seem like any of them are really gonna die, though. Maybe Podrick might defend Sansa and Arya will kill him. Who knows?
No, I thought Podrick went with her. She offered Podrick and got rebuked.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, she rebuked Podrick. She's like, no, you take him.
So I think she and Podrick are going to head down to King's Landing, and then Podrick's going to have a reunion with Tyrion once Tyrion and Daenerys end up in Westeros mainland, and Brienne's going to have a reunion with Jaime, and so yeah, that's coming.
They still gotta bring up how good Podrick is in bed again before Podrick dies, because that's probably the most important thing that's going on in the show right now, is that he has a big dick or something.
Nah, he knows how to use it.
Okay, so the only other thing that happened in the episode, other than the main events, was there was a conversation between Tyrion and Daenerys about her succession line, which is kind of a problem.
I think Tyrion was talking about something very adult, and she didn't like it.
I thought it was funny how he was saying, like, you lose your temper sometimes, and she was totally just losing her temper about it.
Yeah. He's like, come on, I'm not attacking you. I'm on your side.
It really is something that they need to figure out, because her claim to the throne isn't really strong if she doesn't have a line of succession, because then, any other lords or anything that's going to follow her knows that her reign ends when she dies, and then it's going to be a clusterfuck, and it's going to cause instability and stuff. So she definitely needs to have that so that it makes her rule strong.
Yep.
Especially being as one of her children died now.
Oh, man. That Night King, what a fucker.
Oh, I know. I wasn't expecting that at all.
One spear.
Okay, so before we go to the main fight, let's talk about the Hound and Tormund's conversation about Bran, because I thought that was adorable.
Oh, can we first note just how fucking right I was about everyone marching up 2 by 2 and having their each their own little fucking conversations here and there? Yeah.
Yep. That's exactly what happened, and it was great.
Although I was quite surprised that of all of the conversations that occurred, not one, and even though Jon Snow and fucking Jorah talked, no mention of Sam. So like, hey, you just survived like the most deadly fucking disease in all of Westeros. Maybe bring that up. Hey, how'd you do that, man? Oh, this fat fucker down at the Maester's place who's a Night's Watchman. He even mentioned to me that he knew my father as well as a Night's Watchman. Oh, you knew my father as well as a Night's Watchman. Maybe you know this guy. But no
maybe they just don't care.
It was a fat guy who healed me. Fat guy? I know a fat guy.
Like the only fat guy.
Is there any other fat guy? There was.
There's
Hodor.
The pie boy.
Fat. Oh yeah, Hot Pie's fat too.
Hot Pie, and there was Robert, but he's dead now.
Yeah, he's dead now. But yeah.
Why is Hot Pie fat? Isn't he poor and homeless and an orphan? Why is he fat?
But he's a baker. He makes really good food. He works in a kitchen. He gets a nibble all day long.
Does anyone else
think
that
it's... cook?
Yeah. Does anyone else think that it's bullshit that Jorah doesn't have any scars? Like he just looks fully fine now.
It's
but
just
not
all
on his
underneath
face
his armor.
or arms or anything. Like I don't know. Like that little girl
his
had
arms
it all
were
over her
covered
face.
all episode. How did you see his arms when he was fucking covered from head to toe?
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's just like he has like wounds on his body. He doesn't have like grayscale that just isn't infecting him anymore. Like what's her name had. I don't know. I think he got away really lucky. He's still pretty. Bullshit. He shouldn't be pretty.
Well, man, I'm gonna say though, I love Daenerys' line at the beginning of the episode. He's too small for me, to Tyrion. When they're talking about Jon Snow. Oh yeah. And then by the end of the episode, she was wet for him.
I kind of thought for a moment when she's first staring at him and he's like staring at all his scars and stuff, like his wounds from when he died, that she was going to be like, oh, ew, he's kind of like a zombie. I don't want to fuck him, but...
No, man, she likes warriors. Like Cardrago.
His scars aren't warrior scars, though. His scars are zombie scars, because he's a zombie.
They're just not healed all the way. Reanimated corpse.
I thought it was weird that they talked about Jorah's dad, but wasn't it Jon who killed him?
No, Jon didn't kill the dad.
Jorah's dad died at the one guy's house up north of the wall. The guy
he got
who
stabbed
all
in the
his
back.
daughters.
Who's the guy that I'm thinking of that when Jon was captured by wildlings?
Mance Rhaegar.
The one, the half hand.
Half hand.
Yeah, he was the greatest ranger ever known.
No, that's the wildling captain, isn't he?
No, half hand was the one that Jon went with, and they got captured by the wildlings, and he killed the half hand to convince the wildlings that he was one of them,
Okay.
so he could gather information and escape.
Okay, all these old white guys look the same to me, I guess.
Right, yeah, I agree. So Mormont's dad died at the hands of the fucking Night's Watch up north of the wall at the what the hell is that guy's name? Fucking all of his daughters.
Castor?
Ginny's dad.
No.
Castor, yeah, that's right.
Castor.
That's right. Yeah, that's where it happened.
Okay. All right. Well, that's sadder than I thought it would be. Okay. So another question that I have though is how the hell are they staying warm? How cold is it north of the wall up there? I was imagining that it'd just be like the most freezing temperatures ever, but they're not wearing that much, and they seem fine.
They're wearing a lot. They're wearing a lot of fur. They're just wearing layers of fur.
Most of them aren't even wearing hats.
Yeah. That's like the most important thing you need.
Yeah.
That's where all of your heat escapes.
Yeah, I mean, it was weird, and Jorah, his clothing was really thin, and I don't know, it just felt really weird to me.
Well, you know what the one favorite redhead ginger said? You stay warm by walking, fighting, and fucking.
I really liked Tormund's gay references. They were really funny.
Yeah, those were funny.
I love how they're pointing out
what we have.
I love how they pointed out how Gendry's like an idiot multiple times, all of them.
Oh, what?
Oh, Gendry. They had like jokes about him being an idiot, like all of them.
Yeah. Okay, so
fuck it, yes. No. My favorite line of that episode was the Hound like, this fucker's been killed 6 times. You don't hear him bitching about it.
Yeah, that was great. There was a lot of really good banter as they were walking into their death. So the first interesting thing in the episode was the bear fight. That was probably
interesting.
Those bears were terrifying as hell.
I think the bear was to show that even animals could be brought back, not just people.
Well, we've already seen their horses and stuff.
Yeah, that's true. But that was a terrifying zombie.
That was scary as hell. Also,
I was drunk and high, so it was. I wanted more banter, really.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
Now, fuck, this fucking polar bear is gonna fuck up the banter.
Just a little bit.
Why didn't they just keep their swords on fire the entire time to keep themselves warm? I mean, that's what I would do.
Maybe it requires energy.
How much energy? I mean, I still think it's worth it.
Maybe they warmed up occasionally with the swords of fire.
And I really think they needed more magic tricks than just like those 2 things, like the bringing back to life and flame swords. Like they should be able to do more. Like I don't know, swing the sword to throw a flame ball or something. I don't know. I want there to be more magic in the show.
The show's supposed to be more on the realistic side, other than the White Walkers.
Yeah,
and dragons.
Just craziness.
And Red God.
Did you guys realize that they were drinking alcohol right away? I thought it was water at first.
Alcohol keeps you warm.
Alcohol doesn't keep you warm. It just makes you think that you're warm.
Exactly. And that's better.
I suppose that's better.
Is there a qualitative difference between thinking you feel warm and feeling warm?
Yeah, one keeps you alive. One just makes you an idiot, and then you die.
No. What did we learn from our now dead Red Priest? His greatest battle ever? Blacked out drunk.
Yeah.
You can fight when drunk.
That was another really great line was, you're the bravest warrior I ever saw. No, I was just the drunkest.
Yes. That's how it works. Don't go scoffing the wine.
After our conversation last week, I had the question, remember what beef did the Mormonts have with the Top Knot guy or Eye Patch guy or whichever one of them?
Mm-hmm.
And so they fought together at the Iron Islands Rebellion.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, they talked about that.
I didn't know that. I'd even forgotten that the Iron Islands had rebelled. That was the whole thing.
Yeah, it's easy to forget about the Iron Islands.
Yeah, fucking.
They're the most like who gives a shit out of all of it. Okay, something we did talk about from Sansa's arc in this is that she was invited by Cersei. And I'm just wondering what your guys' thoughts are of what the hell's going on there. Why is Cersei inviting her?
It's because of the whole thing of Cersei setting up and Tyrion setting up. They're calling all the lords.
Yeah?
Yeah,
I wasn't aware of that. I thought it was just supposed to be between the two of them.
Well,
between
maybe
Daenerys and Cersei.
Maybe Cersei is calling her, trying to set up a trap for Daenerys. I don't know. Who knows what Cersei's game is at this point?
It'd be nice for Sansa to see what's going on with Jon again.
I'm just waiting for Cersei, like, oh, I'm going to kill these guys with my trap, and then they bring in the zombie and release it, and she's going to be like, what the fuck is that? And they're going to be like, there's an army of these things up north. And every time someone dies, that's another soldier for them. And Cersei's going to be like, oh, shit. Yeah.
Okay, so there was a lot that pissed me off in this episode. First, there was when they first find the troop of White Walkers and Jon kills the main one, and then all the other ones die besides one. Like, that's way too fucking convenient. Like, what the hell?
Hey, sometimes you need to win when you can get it.
I suppose, but
it also illustrates my point that I made last episode of the difference between the walkers and the dead people.
Yeah, I know that there's a difference, but I still think that they're all called White Walkers.
No.
Well, okay. No, actually, the undead are called whites.
Really?
Yeah.
So there's whites and White Walkers?
The rights are,
white.
Is it right?
No, yeah, I know. WIGHTs. Yeah.
It's another term for
you are
dead.
Correct. You are absolutely right. I completely forgot about that word.
Okay. I didn't know that was a word. Good word. Nice.
Yeah. But no, I know that's what they're called in the show because I had the subtitles on, and whenever any of them made a noise, that's the word they use.
Ah. Okay.
No.
Still though, I didn't like that scene. I thought it was gonna be cool, like Jon kills that guy, then they see all the other ones die, and they were gonna be like, shit, now we gotta find some more. But no, there was just one that didn't die for some reason.
Because the Lord of Light blessed them.
He was turned by a different White Walker.
Yeah.
It's just too convenient.
Hey, he probably had behavioral issues. He was having trouble in his own unit, and he got a transfer. And,
he got a bad transfer.
Also, how intelligent are these things?
I think White Walkers are probably just as intelligent, if not more intelligent than humans, but the Whites are pretty much working on instinct and going off of commands from the White Walkers. Because remember how many of them charged into the river before the White Walkers showed, and then they stopped?
Well, I mean, people would do that too. But still, like that's what I was thinking at first. But in this episode, the Whites they looked like they were just really like knowing what was going on and thinking a lot and stuff.
Well, because remember, they're being controlled by the White Walkers, and the White Walkers tend to stand on top of the battlefield, especially the Night King, and he's probably sending commands to them.
Well, I mean, like individually, like they looked like they were like looking at things and making expressions and having thoughts.
Yeah, they probably have just enough ability to make at the moment decision of, hey, look, there's something that's alive. I'm going to kill it. Oh, look, they captured that guy. And you saw that a few of them tried to free the one that they captured. That was probably from commands from the White King because he doesn't want them to. He probably knows what's going on in the South. All right, that's an idea.
So, theory, I guess.
Had that ever been explored before, that if you kill a White Walker, the Whites that he turns die?
How many White Walkers have we seen killed? 3.
2? 3?
3. 3 in total. There was the one Sam killed. Oh, there was another one killed, I think. Because Sean's killed 2.
Sean's killed 2?
Yeah, because
he killed one in this episode.
He killed one in this episode, and he killed one before.
He killed one before.
Didn't he kill one before?
Yeah, he killed one before.
Yeah.
In the last big battle.
Yeah. But we don't know how many White Walkers there are.
Right. But did we ever see that same thing happen before, that after one of the White Walkers dies, the other Whites die?
No, we have not seen that yet.
No. Okay. Well, when John killed the one White Walker in the barn, there was no other Whites around. Well, like in the room at the moment.
Okay, yeah. So I forgot about that one. He did also kill another one on the battlefield, though.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm wondering about, like, they kind of commented on, like, if you kill the Night King, then that's all you need to do to win. Like, I wonder if that's true.
I wonder if one of the other White Walkers would just take over, though. If there might be a chain of command, because you always see the Night King with his entourage of the other 4 or 5 Night Walkers that are always behind him.
Yeah, but wasn't the Night King the one that turned those guys, though?
But they're a little different than the
Yeah, I suppose.
Than White. So they might die if the Night King dies, but I'm not going to say they will. I'm going to imagine that the majority of the undead force will probably drop because he's raised most of them.
So who's the person who's turning dead people who wake up as Whites who like don't have a White Walker near them? Like how's that going about?
Probably the Night King, because they would turn at night, which is when the Night King's power's at his greatest.
So he can just like use Wi-Fi to turn some people too. He doesn't need
pretty much
necessarily.
I'm sure he has to be within a certain radius of them, but we don't know how far his power reaches.
You know what I wonder? What do all the fucking symbols mean? You think that's ever gonna fucking get explained?
Yeah, it would be interesting because they haven't really explored that
in this episode, but
yeah, they really haven't explored that recently. Because I mean, they were from the Children of the Forest, but then the White Walkers started using those symbols too.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
All the
maybe they're
dead people in the beginning, in the first fucking season, all splayed out.
Yeah.
Like that, and we saw some of the symbols in the fucking cave, and
it's probably the old language.
Maybe they're like crop circles and they're used to amplify the Night King's powers or something. I don't know.
Or some type of runes. Who knows? I'm not an architect. No, I wouldn't be an architect. I would know. I'm not a
anthropologist.
Maybe someone who translates things. Maybe a linguist.
Linguist might work. Translator? I don't know.
Maybe if they happen to know the language. I wonder if Old Valerian relates to it or not.
Oh, maybe. That'd be interesting. We don't really know anything about Valeria, do we?
Oh, yeah, Valerian's an old, dead society that the Targaryens held from.
Where all the stone men are.
Okay, so the other things that really pissed me off was they're repeatedly using Deus Ex Machina, and it's bothering me. They did it a couple episodes before with Bronn saving Jaime at the last minute, and they did it twice in this episode with Dany coming in at the last minute with her dragons, and then
I knew she was going to show up with her dragon.
Coming in. How long were they standing on that island? I felt like that was crazy ridiculous. At
least a day.
The place at the One Rock Dragonstone isn't actually super far from the north on the map. It'd probably be a 12-hour flight for a Raven.
Wait, what? The map I looked at, Dragonstone's like near King's Landing.
King's Landing is really not that far
north.
It's a month's ride to Winterfell, and then another week.
That's taking trails and going through paths and everything, but a straight flying trip is a lot faster.
Well, yeah, but like not that much faster.
I don't know. They could have been on there for 2 days. Who knows?
But
2-3 days.
Isby has a point. Daenerys could have left an hour later and not made it in time to save them. If she had been an hour later, she would have
been a minute later. You know?
Yeah.
They were just about to die, and she
got there right in the nick of time.
Yep.
And then
they should have used Gendry's hammer to keep breaking the ice around them.
Yeah, that would have been a good idea.
All right. Well, that's starting to solidify, guys. Hit it.
No, I just felt it was ridiculous that Gendry was able to get all the way to the wall, and they were able to get a Raven all the way down to Dragonstone, and then Daenerys had time to argue with Tyrion, and then she rode a dragon up there. And it was just a day. I mean, they showed them going through the night, and it was just one day. I just felt like that was way too much for one day. And then Uncle Benjen just comes in at the end to save Jon.
I was waiting for Benjen to show up at any time that episode. I knew that Benjen would come in and be a badass for a moment. I'm sad he died though.
I think it would have been a lot better if Benjen would have somehow gotten them off of that island. If he would have had started some big fire to clear away so that they could get off that island, and then later on, Dany shows up with her dragons. I thought that would have been a better way to do it.
But then one of the dragons would have been killed, and that's very important.
No, that still could have happened. They could have still been running from an army and had to fight them off for a bit before they could leave. They still could have done that.
Yeah.
I think that would have been a better order. But then Jon would have died.
Yeah. Well, he didn't die. He almost died.
Well, he would have died if it went the way. He would have died if it went the way that I was saying. But.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I thought Jon was dead for sure. When he fell in the water.
Yeah, at that point I had completely forgotten about Uncle Benjen. I thought that he was going to be dead.
Yeah, I was like, oh no, is Jon going to be brought back as a White Walker?
So the little featurette at the end of the episode, after the credits, where the fucking creators are talking about the episode and shit, they refer to Benjen as Cold Hands.
Yeah. That's the same from the book. I've heard in the show, they merged the character Cold Hands with Uncle Benjamin. They were originally two separate characters.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because I think Uncle Benjamin was dead, but to make explanation of who Cold Hand is, because I don't think in the book they ever really explain who Cold Hands is. He's just an agent of the Three-Eyed Sparrow.
Oh, the Three-Eyed Sparrow. Okay.
Because the Three-Eyed Sparrow, because he's an undead guy too, just not under the control of the White Walkers.
Yeah.
They kind of explored what happened to him, didn't they?
Yeah.
Like how did he not become under control? Like something happened. Didn't
because
they say...
he was brought back by the Children of the Forest and the Three-Eyed Raven.
Oh, okay.
And they used a similar ritual that was used to make the Night King, except for without the power or anything. He's more of just like, yeah.
Well, okay. That explains that then. How fucking funny was it that how the fucking hounds just fucking chucking rocks? I thought that was hilarious.
I knew that was gonna happen as soon as like you see him chucking rocks. Like I knew it was gonna like reveal to the whites that they could get across.
Yeah, I love
how. God, this is gonna end badly.
I love how he breaks off the jaw of the one. And he's like, dumb fucker.
Yeah. The hound is probably
how he just woke up, stood up, kicked the fucking walkers. All right, that's how I start my day.
Oh, and I love how when they're like taking the walker with them on the dragon, they just impaled it on the spine. They're like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Just hold it.
Keep him from moving.
God, how crazy was this whole thing though? Because I mean, as soon as Danny was getting on her dragon and arguing with Tyrion, I was like, oh my God, are we actually going to see a dragon versus White Walker battle this early? I thought this wasn't going to happen until like the series finale. Like, and then when they got there, go on.
Oh, I thought the dragons were going to decimate the White Walkers. I wasn't expecting the Night King to be such a badass.
Yeah, as soon as they got there and they just started destroying everything, I was like, is the war just going to be over now?
No.
Nope. She only went up there with 2 dragons?
3.
No, 3.
She took all 3, and one of them died.
Okay. And
God, I thought a second one was going to die, and I was going to be like, oh my God, she's going to have 1 dragon now. It's going to be terrible.
So now she just needs 1 rider.
Yeah, that solves that mystery.
It's going to be John.
Of her 3 dragons, is one of them a girl?
I don't know.
Are they all boys or?
I don't think so. Because she named 2 of them after her brothers, and then there's Dragon.
Do dragons even really have a sex? Maybe they breed kind of like other reptiles and are asexual.
Well, apparently they're compatible with humans, so...
They can have babies with humans?
Oh, yeah, that's how the Targaryens were made.
No. The Oh, they're
Targaryens
dragons.
are part dragon.
I think they just have a mythical connection with dragons.
I think that someone fucked a dragon. No, I think there's a little bit to what Isby's saying, because if they don't have some dragon abilities, then they can't fucking withstand the fire.
Yeah. So recently I did more research into the chosen one. I forget the name. It's a weird name. Azugul? No. The chosen one that the woman in red is always obsessed over, and that she thought Stannis was, but now she thinks it's Jon.
Yeah.
Okay.
And with the whole prophecy of it, which makes it a lot more complicated of who could be the chosen one, because in the prophecy it is they will release dragons from stone. They will die and come back in fire. And what was the other one? And and they'll release dragons from stone. So Daenerys would be the
Daenerys would twice.
Did I say that one twice?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Daenerys would be the most obvious choice because and they have to have killed the one that they love. So you have Dany, who she kind of caused the death of Khal Drogo, her love. And she released the dragons from their eggs, which everyone thought were just stone. And she came back rebirthed from the fire. So that she's one of the obvious choices. And then you have Tyrion, where Tyrion, you could say that he was died and was reborn on the battle of the Blackwater during the fire, because of the fire he set on the water with the wildfire and him going out in battle. And that after that time he changed, because when he woke up, he was no longer just Tyrion, he was reborn a warrior.
I thought you said they had to be reborn out of fire.
Yeah, but it could be loose translation, because there was fire and smoke and ash where on the battlefield. Remember, that's why the Hound bailed.
And he freed dragons from stone.
And he freed dragons from stone. Daenerys' two dragons from underground. And he also killed Shay, the woman he loved. And then you have Jon, who meets a bunch of the different aspects other than freeing dragons from stone. Which doesn't mean there might be another dragon he could free from stone.
Wait, did he kill Ygritte?
He got her killed.
He got her killed.
Yeah, okay.
And he was reborn from fire, because the Lord of Light from Melisandre. So fire sorcery. So we have 3 potential there for people destined to kill the Night King. There's another one where people think it might end up being Jaime.
Somehow I doubt it's going to be Tyrion who's going to kill the Night King.
Yeah. I don't know. Tyrion can be a badass when he needs to be.
God. When the fight first started, my worry was that Dany was going to accidentally kill the White Walker that infected the white that they captured, and then that was going to die. I thought that was going to be a big deal.
You're going to be like, shit, we got to go back. Get another one.
I had no idea that one of the dragons was going to die, man. That hurt. That hurt my soul. And then when he came back, that was even worse.
Oh, man. I know. Is it going to still breathe fire? Maybe it'll breathe ice instead.
I kind of hope it does. That'd be so cool. Because, I mean, they White Walkers have some affinity to making ice powers, so...
Yeah. So maybe it's going to be more like a frost dragon.
That would make sense, because, I mean, White Walkers can't handle fire, so it wouldn't make sense for it to breathe fire. So, yeah, frost dragon.
Frost dragon.
I'm just not looking forward to when Dany's going to see her dragon transform. Like, that's not gonna be fun.
But this is a good omen for the upcoming alliance that there will be one.
Yep. Yeah, as long as Cersei's not completely stupid.
Because they now need Cersei's scorpions to take down that fucking dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now Cersei's...
man, the dragon fight's gonna be so badass.
Oh yeah. I wonder if it's gonna be 2-on-1 or if it's gonna be 1-on-1.
What of the other dragons is gonna die? Cersei's gonna kill it.
Damn it, Cersei! You better not. God.
I'm
thinking Arya shouldn't have gone back north. She should have just gone down to King's Landing, killed Cersei, and then we wouldn't be having any of these worries. Damn it, Arya! You were meant to kill Cersei.
Do you think Jagar or the faceless guy is gonna come back at any time?
Which guy?
The faceless guy.
Hagar.
Yeah, Jagan Hagar.
I think that's his name. No, I don't think so.
No, his story's done.
I think so.
I'm surprised they've done nothing with the one Grey Droid guy lately. Like, he hasn't appeared in any of the episodes.
Yeah.
No, the other one, the uncle.
Euron.
That's what I said.
Euron, yeah. Oh, I thought you said Theon. They all have similar names.
I guess they do, yeah. Well, I have a feeling we'll probably see him next episode, because next episode's going to be Cersei's going to be involved, so.
But yeah,
what do you think's going to happen? They're going to have their meeting next episode.
We already on the predictions. We're already done with this episode.
I'm trying to think of what else we can talk about in this episode. Mostly just that the White Walkers and up in the north.
We brought it up, but we fucking breezed right over it. We didn't talk about Tormund talking about Brienne with the Hound.
Yes. Oh man, he deserves it now. He really deserves to have some of that.
That part when Tormund was getting like mauled by a ton of them, and it looked like he was about to die. I was like screaming at that point. I was like, "No, he can't die. He needs to fuck Brienne. He's the one character in this scene that can't die."
Yeah, I know. I was like, "Don't die, don't die." I love how he's like fighting off White Walkers and knocking a bunch of them off of himself, and he's like, "Help! Help!"
Who saved him again? Was it Jorah?
Oh, it was the Hound.
Or it was the Hound who saved him?
The Hound like came up and it was a thug, knocked off a couple White Walkers, grabbed him, pulled him up. Because I think the Hound likes him, even though they're like shit talking during the walk north. I think the Hound relates to him.
Oh, they're good together.
Well, yeah, he had the perfect line. How are you still alive? I'm good at killing shit.
Yeah,
that is something the Hound definitely respects.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Hound's like, oh. Huh. I think the Hound's gonna like the wildlings. He's gonna be like, oh, they don't like lords like me. They all don't give a shit. They kill when they want to kill. Damn, I should have been a wildling.
It's good that the Hound saved him, because the Hound needed some redemption from his last two fuck ups.
Oh, hey, the Hound's gonna meet up with the Mountain next episode. That'll be cool.
Oh man, but the Mountain's like an undead guy now. I wonder if they're gonna be like, oh my god, it's a white, kill it.
Yeah, they're probably gonna like show Cersei the White Walker, and she's just gonna be like, "So what? I got one of these on my payroll."
Yeah, and they're gonna be like, "What? We think it's different. Are you working with the Nike?"
That's again why I say that she's gonna become a White Walker. That's what's gonna go down. Did you guys notice the kind of weapons Jorah used? Isn't it a little
dragon glass?
Well, yeah, but no, they're just these little daggers.
Yeah, those are his backup weapons after he lost his big one.
He had a big one?
Yeah, he had a big weapon. They all had a big weapon when the Whites came, and then he kind of lost that one, and when he got into real close combat, he pulled out the daggers from his cloak.
Okay, so I just missed that he had a larger sword earlier. All right.
Yeah, he had like this.
This guy's a Northman. How does he not have a huge sword? Where the fuck did his huge sword go?
He was using like this big weird axe thing. Like it, and it looked like it was like made of bone and stone.
Yeah, I don't remember that. I guess I wasn't paying attention.
I was kind of pissed that Tormund threw Gendry's well, what do you call it? Not an axe, but a
Hammer.
hammer. Yeah, he threw his hammer out.
Yeah.
I think that's the specific name is a maul.
Yeah. He was doing so well with it. I don't understand why he threw it down and then just pulled out some fucking daggers.
Well, it's really exhausting to use a hammer that size.
Well, yeah, but he's a badass.
Yeah, it freezing to death, tired, no food.
We never got to see Gendry really use it, except for that one little spat when they were getting on the boat.
He can make another.
I guess.
And maybe the new one he'll make will have a dragonstone in it.
Be a fucking Valyrian maul.
Hell yeah. Gendry's gonna just fuck up some White Walkers. They're gonna try blocking with their swords, and then you get to smash right through them.
Isn't the dragon glass supposed to work like the Valyrian steel and like make them blow up?
Yeah. That's how Sam killed his White Walker.
Yeah, that doesn't seem to be happening. Well, maybe the whites don't work that way.
Yeah, whites don't work that way. They're not brought back with Dragonstone. There's a difference, lots of differences between the White Walkers and the whites.
Yeah. So I thought I saw a White Walker explode in that same kind of way with dragon.
No, I think it's just its whole body was so corrupted that a huge full blunt force just kind of broke its body because it's like it's more of a skeleton than corpse.
I have a question. Is when the bear was attacking and it was fucking up Top Knot guy, and the hound was just kind of sitting there watching? You think? Well,
it was the fire. It's gonna be an issue he has to overcome.
Yeah. Okay.
He's gonna have to learn how to get over his fear of fire.
Oh, that's what was holding him back.
Yeah.
Yeah. The bear was all on fire. And he was like,
I was so focused on the bear fucking the guy up that the fire was completely ancillary.
Yeah, that's what I was freaking about. Yeah.
I didn't even think of his issue with fire.
Yeah. Because that's what was scaring him. Because that's the only thing that scares the hound is fire.
Yeah.
Sorry, big bus is passing me.
That's all good. So the thing with Arya and Sansa, I think that went a lot better than it could have.
Yeah.
She didn't attack, and she handed Sansa the dagger, like, protect yourself. I can kill you whenever I want. So.
Yeah.
Did you think she was gonna do it?
No.
No. No, not at all.
No, not at all.
I think she's just trying to scare her sister more than anything.
We haven't had like a crazy, unexpected death in a while,
Yeah.
It's coming. Next episode, dude, something fucking crazy is gonna happen.
See, the problem is we're at the point where it's all the survivors that are left, and survivors don't die easily.
Jon could have died. Sansa could have died.
Jamie could have died.
Well, Jamie definitely could have died. Well, there's not that much show left. They need to start killing some people off. I don't want another season to be alive at the end,
I'm thinking they're saving the big death for the season finale. Someone huge is going to die in the season finale.
I hope so.
And we're all hoping it's Cersei.
Let's talk about it. What do you guys think is going to happen at their meeting?
I'm thinking it's going to go how Tyrion's predicting, that Cersei is planning a trap. Cersei's going to be in the process of releasing the trap and everything, but they're somehow either going to have to kill her or to convince everyone that, hey, we need to put all of our grudges on hold for now. We got a way worse enemy than any of us. And it's like, do you want to rule over Nothing.
I think Cersei's going to hear this information and be like, oh, the Night King has a really good way of taking out dragons? I'm going to join with them.
I could see Cersei trying to make an alliance and her completely backstabbing on her because she doesn't realize that White Walkers care nothing for the living. She's going to be like, oh, maybe if I talk to the Night King, then she'll get turned into a Night Walker.
Again, I think that's her goal. I think she wants to be a White Walker. Jaime has to die first. But.
Or maybe Jaime's going to kill her this episode. Because there's another theory that Jaime could end up being the prophesied one.
The brother that's supposed to kill Cersei?
Well, no, the one that kills the one that he loves, which would be Cersei.
Ah.
But he hasn't freed any dragons that I know of yet. And I don't think he's died and come back with any relation to fire in any form.
It could maybe be construed.
Saved by Bronn and pulled out of the water might be considered almost getting killed by fire and coming back.
Yeah.
He could be.
That'd be a pretty loose translation, though.
It could be construed that when he killed the Mad King, he saved a dragon from the stone of his insanity. I don't know.
Well, maybe.
Oh, hey. Oh, no. I guess that doesn't make sense. Never mind.
I think at the meeting there will be multiple double crosses. I think... Shut up, you stupid fucking alarm.
Do you think the meeting's going to end violently?
Not necessarily, but I think, like in the episode where Tyrion takes fucking Casterly Rock, where they do the whole thing and explain in monologue exactly what his plan is and whatever. You know how they did that?
Yeah.
So I think something like that's going to happen where Cersei is going to explain her grand plan at the meeting of how she has betrayed all of them and do the evil genius thing of explaining, this is what I'm going to do to you because you have fallen into my trap. And then later on, Tyrion's going to say, no, this is the trap I laid for you, Cersei. And he's going to, and he had been beaten earlier by Jaime and Cersei, and now at this meeting he's going to get the last laugh and have the really brilliant, devious plan.
Okay, another important plot point. What's going to happen to Bronn?
Oh, he dead.
He did?
Yeah, I'm sticking to that one.
I don't know. Bronn's kind of a fan favorite character. They might want to keep him for a minute. Because it's the writers that are kind of making the decision out of the show, not George R.R. Martin, though they are going off of his little layout.
I wonder if Cersei might try to make some deal with Daenerys and be like, hey, so I will help you fight your battle, but in return I want Tyrion or something. Just so she can kill Tyrion.
Well, remember, she now knows that Tyrion didn't kill her baby boy, but he did kill the dad. She did like the dad.
She doesn't care about anyone. She just wants him dead. She just doesn't like him.
She's a crazy psychopath. Yes, it's very true.
Daenerys wouldn't take that deal anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she doesn't really need Cersei. She just... Anyway, I still don't get why they're even trying this. It really bugs me.
Well, because they don't want to kill a potential army that can help them with the North. They need as many units as they can get. And Daenerys especially knows this.
But they're not going to get them.
They have to try. It's their only hope.
All that's going to happen is she's going to be like, yeah, we'll fight alongside you guys. And then they'll stab them all in the back when they're not looking.
They're hoping that Cersei's not so blinded to realize that they're trying to save her life, too. Because if Cersei betrays them, she's guaranteed. Yeah, she's a crazy bitch. We all know this. Hopefully
and so does Tyrion.
But they're hoping that
I have
remember
a theory. I just came up with a theory.
What's that?
So, a means to keep the alliance alive, because they're going to have to swap Jaime and Tyrion. Tyrion is going to have to become Cersei's prisoner, and Jaime is going to have to hang out with Daenerys. That way, if anything happens to Tyrion, Jaime's dead. If anything happens to Jaime, Tyrion's dead.
Interesting, but I feel like no one would go for that though.
No,
I think Tyrion and Jaime would.
Yeah, Tyrion and Jaime would.
They would do it. They'd be willing to. The problem would be convincing Cersei and Daenerys.
Yeah, I just think that would be a good solution to keep the. Somehow the writers will figure out a way to impose that.
Maybe Daenerys will say, you know what, you can keep the Iron Throne, you can stay at King's Landing for this X amount of time before I come and take it over again.
We haven't seen Varys in a while. I wonder if he's going to help out at all.
But remember, the point of the meeting wasn't to convince Cersei, if you remember the original plan. It's to convince all of her support, all of the lords under her and all of her people, that, hey, there's a bigger threat. And so then they can go, yeah, we're going to join them because we don't want to be killed by Night Walkers, because that's the original plan of the meeting, because they want all of Cersei's lords to be present.
Oh, Cersei's going to find a way around that. Lies and deceit are her strong suit.
Oh, yeah. But she does have high self-preservation, too. So maybe she'll... We're hoping that she has a shred of humanity somewhere deep, deep inside.
But she doesn't.
Deep, deep inside. But yeah, she's always going to be the big problem.
I feel like Cersei will go more for the plan to swap Tyrion and Jaime, because I don't think she really cares about Jaime, really.
That's more of her fanboy at this point.
She's the queen, and she gave him a blowjob.
Yeah.
She doesn't have to do that shit anymore.
And she's not keeping their relationship a secret anymore, which I'm thinking that's going to come back and bite her in the butt.
Yeah, that's craziness.
Because her own lords are going to be like, yeah, handmaidens have seen you with Jaime, and you're not being secretive about it at all anymore, and how can we back you when you're an obvious incestuous part of your previous children, as speculated, were not Robert Baratheons?
And she doesn't really have any claim to the throne anyway, really.
Yeah. Other than she was the mother of the two previous kings and married to one.
Who is supposed to be king now? Assuming everything, there's not war going on and stuff, who would be king?
John, if his heritage came to light.
Well, I mean, after Robert's rebellion, who would be king after that?
Gendry.
Because, yeah, I guess Gendry. I guess he has the strongest claim.
Yeah, Gendry does.
Even though he's a bastard child.
Because of how Ned worded the final moments of the last command.
It's to
the rightful heir. Not to Joffrey. Where Robert's to Joffrey, he said rightful heir. Which we all know that Joffrey was not a rightful heir. And that he was just a son of a bitch. Literally and figuratively.
The Stannis' family's all dead. And I can't remember the other Baratheon guy's name. He didn't have any family.
There was Stannis and Rhaenys. Or Renly. Yeah.
That was it, huh?
Yep. Those
yeah,
are
the
the
family. So.
And Renly was gay, so he didn't have any kids. And Stannis killed his daughter. Oh my god. That's why I was kind of happy that Stannis died. I'm like, fuck you. You killed your own daughter.
Do they have any cousins? But the Baratheon house is completely gone now, right?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Like, there might be a minor name in House Baratheon somewhere around, but I don't think so. They would have taken over...
Yeah, someone's got to be in charge of the Stormlands right now.
That's Daenerys. Because when Daenerys arrived, it was abandoned because Stannis took all of his men north.
No, the Stormland. The not Dragonstone, the Stormland.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Where the Baratheons come from. Isn't it called the Stormland?
I think that's just Dragonstone.
Just south of Eastwatch. And remember, Stannis held the Stormlands during Robert's Rebellion, and they starved, and the Onion Knight got them their food, and then once Robert won, he said, okay, Stannis, go fuck off to the Dragonstone now.
Yeah. Here's the shittiest kingdom. All yours, brother.
Because he gave Renly the Stormlands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there must be someone in charge of the Stormlands right now.
It was probably who did take over the Stormlands? Did the Tyrells?
No, well, since Cersei is technically still House Baratheon, it's so she might even have a fucking Lannister up there.
Yeah, it might just be a Lannister running the Stormlands. Probably is. Or no one is. They're just doing their own thing and everyone's forgotten about them.
Due to the legal extinction of the Baratheon line at the death of King Tommen Baratheon and the ascent of House Lannister to the throne, the region is left leaderless and thus in an ambiguous status of power vacuum.
Okay. Well, yeah,
so it says on the official Game of Thrones Wikipedia.
So no cousins running the Stormlands then.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, that'll be for Gendry to have.
Yeah, Gendry, take over.
From being a bastard and flea bottom to being the warden of the Stormlands.
Well, that kind of seems to be a theme of Game of Thrones: bastards getting to levels that they shouldn't be able to get to.
The American dream, man.
American dream. Oh, Westeros is going to become America.
Isn't that a theory that they're going to make it a democracy?
Yeah, that was a theory that John shared with me once, is that because Daenerys can't have children and Jon doesn't want to be a king, and that Tyrion is a smart scholar and everything, and he realizes that monarchs don't really work, that they will form some type of parliament.
It just seems really out of left field, though, because, I mean, even though, low-born people get ahead sometimes in the show, they really don't give a shit about the people. No one ever...
Think of how many of the highborns have died. Most of the major houses are gone.
True, but that just means that lower houses are going to become higher houses. They still don't seem to have any care for the people. I'm living in a pretty high house
right now.
But no, if you look at history, it's happened many times before where monarchies turned into parliament, and then kings, England, prime example. Maybe there will still be a royal family and a royal house and things like that, but there will still be vote by representation.
I'm just saying, the way that the current leaders of Westeros talk about that, it's no one gives a shit about the people, so why would they give power to the people?
Well, the people can take the power if they really wanted to.
Well, yeah, but the people aren't really a character in the show, so it would be weird to have people take the power when we never have really heard from the people doing anything throughout the whole show.
The people have a representative.
Yeah. Their representatives are their lords.
No, I was going to say Varys, but... Okay.
And Varys. But no, like Varys and Tyrion, they're both smart guys. Because that is the... creating a parliament or a voting system would be very, very popular amongst the common folk. Yeah, I can see the lords rebuting it, but if Tyrion gets into a power position where he can present it to the kingdom, the people themselves will back up Tyrion.
But the people have no power.
Yes, they do. They just don't think they do. Cersei would have no power if she didn't have any followers. Yeah, exactly. This has happened hundreds of times in human history.
In human history, but we're talking about Westeros.
Yeah, in Westeros a lot of the things that happen in Westeros is based off of things that happen in human history. There's a lot of similarities. George R.R. Martin himself has said that.
If I could just make a brief counterpoint, as smart a decision as a democracy would be, it doesn't make for a very good television.
Yeah, but that's why that would be like at the end when, like, it's nowhere anywhere near, but it might be what they come up with. I could see Daenerys become the last leader, but she can't have any children, so they need to figure out a form of succession. But Daenerys...
I'm sorry, I just don't see this show having a happy ending. They're going to Sopranos the fuck out of the end of this show, and we are going to be left fucking heartbroken is what's going to happen. I guarantee it.
Yeah, for real. I just don't see Daenerys making a decision to just be like, hey, why don't we just have a public vote of the people? That just doesn't seem like that thought would ever cross her head.
But she's growing and maturing. We see her characters changed a lot over time. Jon's characters changed over time. We've seen characters change over time. And there can come a point of realization, hey, the system's not working. And remember the conversation that Tyrion had with Daenerys about breaking the wheel and to keep it broken?
Okay, yeah, that's
I can see it being potentially happening.
At this time, there were about 6 minutes that were lost from the recording. We apologize.
Bronn.
Not Bronn. He died before the meeting.
Yeah, I think that they're going to have some scene before they start the meeting where they're going to show Bronn's punishment, whatever that happens to be.
Oh. Not Bronn. He's such a good guy.
All right, guys, we should wrap up. Any final words?
Nope. Just
Fuck
won the
Night
next episode. Yeah.
What was that?
Man, you said fuck the Night King.
Fuck the Night King. Yeah, he killed a dragon, man. God, that really
one-shot it, too.
That hurt me on a really deep level, man. That sucks.
Oh, yeah. But now we know for sure that Daenerys has a grudge towards the Night King.
Yeah,
she's going to do whatever she can to kill him.
Yeah, that's actually really good that she's totally on Jon's side now.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, we didn't mention the little hand-holding there between Jon and Daenerys at the end of the episode.
Oh, yeah, God, I'm so pissed that they're like a couple. I don't want them to be a couple.
It makes sense for them politically, though.
Politically, sure, but I mean, I don't like it.
And also, could you not be turned on by Jon Snow if you were a chick?
Well, yeah, he's a sexy dude, but I mean,
he's not just sexy; he's a badass. He's a sexy badass.
I don't like it.
who's very, very down to earth, even though he's fighting the undead.
Okay.
And I think John, out of because the issue Tyrion's having right now is getting Daenerys to listen to what he says. I think John himself, is a king, who's been betrayed by his own people, who's gone through a bunch of shit, he's going to be able to give perspective and insight to Daenerys, and he might be able to talk more reason into Daenerys than anyone else is capable of at this moment.
I don't like it. All right. Anyway, so we should wrap up. One quick question for you guys: fuck one, marry one, kill one. The Mountain, the Hound, or Tormund?
Obviously, kill the Mountain. I'd marry Tormund. Just have a really. Yeah.
Right?
Fuck, I don't know. It's too early for this shit, man. The Hound's funny as fuck, so I guess I'd marry him.
Well, I think Tormund's just as funny.
Okay. I think Tormund's funny, but I disagree that he's just as funny. The Hound is fucking hilarious. I
think Tormund might be funnier than the Hound, really.
No, agree to disagree, I guess. I love Tormund to death, but the Hound his deadpan fucking insults are the greatest thing about that show. Sometimes it's incredible.
That's why I think the two of them make such a good combo.
Yeah, and of course, kill the Mountain. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
And I guess that leaves Tormund for fucking, which is fine by him, I guess.
So there's a character in the books that they never revealed in the show, or at least have not yet, or maybe never will, which I'm interested about, is there is actually another Targaryen that's alive. It was the one that the Mountain, he killed the baby of. It was a replacement baby.
Huh.
And there's someone else who's about the same age as Daenerys who dyes his hair purple.
Huh.
Dario?
What? No.
Dario dyes his hair purple.
Who did?
In the book. Dario, in the book. Doesn't he have crazy, weird purple hair?
Yeah, that guy turns out to be another Targaryen.
Dario turns out to be another Targaryen.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
Huh.
But we don't know if this has any importance or if he'll ever show up or what.
All right, I've been trying to wrap up for 20 minutes, so I'm just going to end recording, and we can keep talking.
Okay. All right.
Thank you guys for listening, and thank you guys for being on the show, and we'll see you next week.